So I got an email earlier from someone that is sort of new to me, to my work, and I guess they've read the blog a little bit and heard some things. And the email wanted to know, before they spent further time checking me out, what model of magic did I belong to? What model of magic did I operate from? And they said, they first heard about me as someone who pushed meditation. So they thought that maybe I adhered to the psychological model. And then they heard, much to their joy, that I taught classes that involved summoning spirits and used traditional methods. So then they said, okay, well, maybe he belongs to the spirit school, the spirit model of magic. And but then they became disappointed because they also heard about my teachings on inner heat and things like that. And so then they thought, well, maybe he actually belongs to the energy model. Maybe he believes in the energy model. So he wanted to know which model of magic I believed in. The spirit model, the energy model, or the psychological model. And so my answer to this is always the same. When I first got a car, I had to go and fill it with gas. So I thought my car operated on the gasoline model. But then one day I got in the car and I used my key and it wouldn't turn over. And somebody told me, your battery's dead. And I said, the battery? Maybe the car operates on an electrical model. And then one day I just kept driving and didn't think too much of it. And my engine seized. And they said, well, that's because you don't have any oil in it. And I said, so maybe the car operates on an oil model. And I'm very confused. Which of these three things does the car operate with? Oil, electricity, or gasoline? Which? It can only be one. Of course, that's ridiculous, right? It's the same thing in magic. The only thing more ridiculous than thinking that only one of these things is operating is the idea that we need some kind of quantum meta woo-woo model to accept more than one of these things. The so-called meta model, where one switches one's paradigm between these based on what is doing. So really then it's belief that makes the car go. Whatever we believe in at the moment. And that's of course ridiculous. It's so much easier, it's so much more common sense to say that it's an interactive model of magic. That we don't need to think in terms of only one thing, and we don't need to think in terms of some kind of weird meta paradigm switching quantum state hoobajoob. It's the interactive model of magic. That's what I operate from. And honestly, that's what I think most people operate from. Even people that advocate the spirit model, spirits will teach them how to use the mind and even energetic things about the body. And so it's all incorporated. The interactive model of magic. That's where I come at it from. If you were ever wondering which model Jason adheres to. that's it. See ya.